Hey, what's up guys? Walter Bear here. We do this every single day, but today we're doing two because I discussed what I mentioned a suspended chord in the previous video, and I understand maybe not everyone knows what a suspended chord is on the guitar. But let me play it for you real quick. You'll hear it, and I'll explain how to build one yourself and what it is. Okay, so here's how it sounds. Okay, so those are all suspended chords, which sounds a lot more interesting than just your standard 1-4-5. So here's a 1-4-5. I'll do C, D, G. And here's your suspended sound. You have a lot of different options, but here's one I'll make up. Okay, so how do I build a suspended chord? There's two kinds of suspended chords. It's a Sus2 and a Sus4. And so the only thing that refers to is that a Sus2 means that it's the second note in the scale, and the Sus4 refers to the fourth note in the scale. And all it means is that either second or the fourth note in the scale replaces the third interval. I'll repeat it. The second or the fourth note in the major scale replaces the third interval in the chord. So let me show you. Okay. Here's your C chord. You know what? Let's do A. Okay. Here's your A chord. And an A consists of three notes. Okay. Your A, which is the root. Okay. Your C sharp, which is the third, and the E, which is the fifth. And you play them all together, and it's in A. Okay? So now, how would I make this an A sus2 chord? Well, here's my C sharp, because there's my B string. B, C sharp, C, C sharp, B, C sharp, C sharp. Alright, now what I want to do is that I'm going to take the C sharp and I'm going to replace it with my B. And the reason why I'm choosing B, my open string B, is because the B is the second note in the A major scale. Okay? So let me explain this again. You have to find out your A major, if it's your A chord, what's your A major scale? Well, it's A, B, C, D, E. So it's A, B, C, D, E. So in your A major chord, it would normally be A, C, E, A, C sharp E, but in an A sus2 chord, it's going to be A, B, E. So let's take the C sharp, and let's make that the open string B. And so you have this. You had this, and you now have this. See how I lifted up my third finger? I'm playing that open string. Okay, now you're probably saying, okay, well, I think I get it. How do I do it in an A sus4 chord? Well, the way that you build an A sus4 chord is here's your A major chord, and the C sharp, once again, because it's only referring to the third interval. That's the only thing you change. So your C sharp here, okay, is going to be moved up to a D. Because what's the fourth note in the key of A? A, B, C, D. Or, yeah, so A, B, C, D. A, B, C sharp, D. I should be saying C sharp. A, B, C sharp, D. So here's my A major chord. And I'm going to take the C sharp right here, okay, my pinky, and I'm going to move it up just one fret to play that D. And I can bring that back down to A, or to the C sharp. So here's my A sus2. Okay, if I were to pick through it, you'd hear a little bit more distinctly. So you're probably thinking, okay, so the difference from an A sus2 or from a sus2 chord to a sus4 chord is I just have to move my pinky, and it's not always going to be your pinky. In different keys and different chords, it's going to be different fingerings. Okay, so for example, my let's do a D. Okay, here's my D chord. My D sus2 chord would actually mean I lift up my second finger, in this case second finger, because to play my open E string. Because you're replacing the third interval of your D chord, which is the F sharp, and you're replacing it with the 2, which is E. So, because now we're not in the key of A anymore, we're in D. So we have to base it off of a D major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D, F sharp, G, A. So there's F sharp. Make it an E, and now we have this. So let's go from D major to D sus2. D major, D sus2, D sus4. Okay, so let's play both of them together. The A sus2, the A sus4, the D sus2, and the D sus4. And you have this. Ready? Okay, so there you have it. Try mess around with those a little bit. If you're playing a chord, like an F chord or a G chord or a C sharp chord, and you maybe want it to sound a little bit more hip and have some color to it, but don't change the key, then throw in some sus2 chords and sus4 chords. That's all. If you want me to do another one, I'll do another one really quick. Here's, I don't know, let's do C. Okay, so here's C, or this. How do I make this a C sus2 chord? Is I add my D. Well, here's my C right here. So let's just add our second note in the D major scale, and we have this. Or the C major scale. We have this. We add our pinky. In this example. Okay, so there's a cool little idea, cool little compositional technique, and so now since you all know about sus2 chords and sus4 chords, you can now go back to the previous video and shed some light on what I was talking about, sus2 and sus4, and maybe adding that in some of your guitar composition pieces. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. Any questions, leave them below, or you can go to my website. I'll put the link in the video description. Hope you're all well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Maybe I'll upload 7 videos tomorrow. Who knows? All right, guys. Stay well. Peace.